Evening, everybody. It's the 21st of September, quarter 11, quite late on at night, and tonight I'm going to give you my first review of something quite close to my heart, badminton shuttles. Um, I've done quite a lot of tests over the years of trying out different shuttles in my various clubs in about Edinburgh, and I came to two kind of the staple. Obviously, the badminton world is the Yonex AS30, the club shuttle, which I guess is probably retails about £24, and about I guess most clubs will get it around £20 a tube. I started getting quite passionate about it when you realise how many you go through. You can go through in a night at club. So I think that 1 year, actually 2 years ago, I think we were going through 5 tubes of shuttles in the night with 24 people on court. And so obviously it just gets crazy, right? Spending £100 on shuttles. So I searched out and I looked at various manufacturers of shuttles, and I stumbled across a LiNing shuttle, which called an A+90, which I just think is absolutely tremendous in quality. It's a little bit like hen's teeth. The A+90, that it's quite a heavy shuttle. It's kind of equivalent, I would guess, to an AS50. Definitely better than a 40, but somewhere in between a 40 and a 50 probably. It has weight, so I think you really need to have quite a slow shuttle to try and get it in the 77 if you can, but you do find a little bit like hen's teeth. I just really struggled to get a hold of it, but recently I found a supplier in Nottingham, which has it in stock on eBay, so I bought a tube. And I've just received it actually in. So we always have AS30s in for club, and I just bought in a tube of of LiNing, and I just wanted to give you a brief kind of a introduction to it. I've set up my phone as a camera so I can see precisely the difference. The first thing to note, I believe, is that you have to have to take a single tube, a shuttle out of the tube isn't really representative of how the tube is going to look. So what I tried to do is take out three. So over here we have there's the Yonex AS30, which it looks on the face of it to be okay, but I think what I noticed straight away pretty much was that there was just the odd feather in this. Excuse me, phone's upside down. The odd feather in this tube really was, if you look, it's just a little bit of. The feathers aren't great, and I thought maybe I'm just doing it a bit of a misservice kind of thing in looking at this shuttle alone. So I decided to take out three out of each tube. So there's the next. And I don't know if you can see, there's a just slight imperfection in the feathers on this AS30 here. And I guess you look at a new shuttle and you just think it's perfect, but actually when you look closely in detail, there's just a couple of little, I don't know if you can see the feathers out, you probably see better when you see a comparison between the LiNing. So these are the AS30s at about £20 a dozen. The LiNing, I just love these. They've got weight about them. They feel really solid. And interestingly, what I actually also noticed about them is the cork itself. If you look on the AS30, there's no patination on the rubber, but yet when you look actually at the same detail on the LiNing, there's actually a pattern. If you can see that, there's a patination on it, which will definitely, you can see that quite clearly, which will give you grip with strings, I feel. And just generally, if you look in detail at the feathers as well, they are out of the tube. So that's the first. And second. But they are just absolutely pristine by comparison. And it's a different class. And what I found was that, like I say, on eBay, finding them through this Nottingham supplier at £18.99 a dozen, it's just incredible. They play really well. They last a long, long time by comparison. More like a AS30s. I don't know if you agree that you just seem to go through them. You can go through 2 or 3 in a game sometimes, but these just seem to last at least a game and then some. But I will do a game review of them, and I'm going to take them to club and we'll see exactly how they play and see what other players think of them. From my experience, they do tend to find them, speed 78 because they have weight. The two tend to be quite quick. But I think you'll agree they're beautiful shuttles, and for for the value and the life you'll get out of them, I would definitely recommend everybody to give them a try. Anyway, that was all. Just wanted to give you a brief kind of overview. I said I would. I bought them, they came in, and so that's how they look. Interesting, the tubes are actually, if you look, the tubes are actually longer to give the shuttles more space. So when you put the caps in, there's obviously only a dozen in them, but they're just, I don't know, they're really well made, really nice quality. So anyway, sad, I know, but I do like my badminton shuttles. So hope that's of interest to somebody, and if you get an opportunity to try it, just go on eBay and look for LiNing A+90s. I can drop a link in the subject line for locations, and I certainly had plenty of stock, although every other supplier, I have to say, I haven't managed to find anybody with a supply as a retail store. It's actually only an eBay store I've managed to find them. But anyway, that was all. Sad but true, geeky badminton tech. Hope you have a good night. Take it easy. Cheers.